Just bear with me a moment, guys. I'm just getting things fully sorted out, and then I'll be with you. Just another second, guys. I got to chase a pigeon out of the kitchen. Oh, well, a minute early. Who cares? Anyway, hey, whoever is hanging about so far, hey, uh, I'm a little full of coffee at the moment, so jittery and anxious as all hell. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. Just wait for people to start showing up. Speaking of coffee. Dear. Thankfully, I'm not as red as I was yesterday after the trip to the Highland Games and Celtic Festival. Uh, yeah, ended up with a little bit of sunstroke, I think. So, always good. But I did get a nice little souvenir, a very tasty Scottish cider. It went out real well last night, as well as could hope. Hey, Scott, how are you? Good to see you, man. Yeah. How's the young fella? Uh, so. Now, the background isn't fully as I want it to be. Um, Still trying to play Tetris with everything for the small space. But yeah, temporarily got the record player on the shelf. I had to move Leatherface down. So yeah, slowly getting it sorted. But you know, shit happens. Cold down in Tasmania, yeah, I bet. Bloody, we had like 3, 4 days worth of rain before the Celtic festival. Then the sun was out with a blue sky, and I cooked under a leather jacket. uh, but no, you get that. You're also the only one that posted a question for today. So I was half expecting to answer that for you, and you catch it on the replay. I may as well get straight into that. So, what got me into horror? I think, like a lot of us back in the day, we just hid behind the couch while our parents watched the movies. Um, Earliest I can think of was I would have been 5 or 6, so about 89. Mum and Dad were watching one of the Nightmare movies, and I was just hidden behind the couch trying to watch along with them. And as one of the scares we were getting built up to, and the payoff hits, and so does Dad's hand from over the top of the couch, and scared the absolute crap out of me. And he had a good laugh while I'm screaming my head off. But since then, it was just visiting the horror section to see what Mum might let me watch. And yeah, so eventually desensitized enough to the point where it's fake, so the nightmares don't happen anymore. And yeah, I mean, we had the Australian band in Queensland Day of the Dead VHS, which, funnily enough, had the image of the double amputee eating the paramedic in Return of the Living Dead on the front cover. And that was always funny to me because I went from watching Return of the Living Dead because they saw it as a comedy to watching Day of the Dead. It's like, hey, that's not in this. That's in this other movie. So typical marketing, and that just throw a zombie on it kind of thing. But yeah, I ran that VHS to the death. I think it actually eventually disintegrated with how often I'd watch Day of the Dead. So yeah, so that's how I got into horror. Um, Unfortunately, lately a lot of the horrors just don't tickle the fancy. I always go back to the classics. So yeah, other than that, that's pretty much how I got into the horror. So waiting for a good, decent one that I actually find rewatch value into. I mean, I had hopes for Scream 7, but that was a bit of a big letdown for me. Especially with Kevin back writing and actually directing this time. So yeah, I was terrified and fascinated. Especially when shows like, geez, what was it? Movie Monsters or something like that, way back when it was Ozstar before Foxtel, or Movie Magic or something like that, and it would show how they made the alien and all that kind of stuff. That always fascinated the hell out of me. And I just loved seeing how they made the effects, and the fact that it was a guy in a suit with the mechanical head, that kind of stuff. And then, of course, watching the making of Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, that kind of thing, and seeing how they made the prosthetics and stuff like that. Yeah, I've always been fascinated by that. So slowly figuring out how to do certain things on my own. With wounds, I've only really toyed with the rigid collodion, and just to put scars on the face and stuff like that. But unfortunately, even with adding a moisturizer in that underneath it, it would just crack and peel off with expressions and that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm hoping to actually make a fake blood to actually use on myself, not just props or anything like that. Because the only fake blood I've got at the moment is this little mix here, which is the Liquitex and food coloring. And that's really only good for the props and whatnot, which I have on this hockey mask. I did have on a Fun World Ghostface knife. My son took that trick-or-treating and it never came home. So I've got to bloody up the other one. What else have I bloodied up? Oh, the Leatherface apron, the hard plastic Ghostface mask that comes with the costume, the bootleg EU, because I didn't want to do it on a real one. I didn't want to destroy it, so I did Leatherface for Christmas Comic Con. I think it was 2024. I'll have to find the props for that. Give me a second. Where's the... Yeah, I also bloodied up the outdoor decoration, I believe from Kmart, and a Santa hat. So nice and bloodied up, and that's just the same mix with the yeah, Christ, the Liquitex gloss gel and red food coloring and a tiny bit of green just so it doesn't go pink on the white surfaces. And yeah, it gets a really nice dingy orangey brown as it dried, much like a tissue with a blood nose. And what we got? Made coagulated blood out of hair gel and food color. Nice. Yeah, I'm needing to figure out a way of having it coagulate a little better, especially on a knife. So yeah, I mean, I'll actually have to... Yeah, it's in reach. I'll get the apron and the other Ghostface mask. I'm just gonna unhook it. So yeah, that's just the plastic mask with the blood just splattered on it. And the apron with a good amount of spray. It's nice and dark. Unfortunately, it is still a tad sticky in a couple of spots, mainly on the tabs and whatnot. But yeah. Oh, it's for the skin? Cool. Yeah, I'm wanting to try and do the glucose syrup because we don't have corn syrup, obviously. I want to try and do the Dick Smith recipe, but it would be the glucose syrup, the flour, and the food coloring. So it'll be a bit of a experimentation. So yeah, I've done the Elmer's glue and the food coloring before, and then I saw the video by Distortions Unlimited and went with the Liquitex. It's more expensive, but you actually make quite a lot with a small amount. Every time I made a small batch, I'd always have way too much left over. And before I actually got this one down to being able to just mix with what was left from the gel, I actually made a nice little blood-soaked Groot. So, yeah, it was one of my first 3D prints, actually. And it was just sitting there collecting dust. I'm like, well, I've got all this blood left. I've got no container for it. And yeah, so I just drenched Groot on a paper plate. Oh, you've tried the glucose syrup? Nice. How easy is cleanup with that one? No, does it stain pretty harsh like the fake bloods from the shop, or pretty easy to come off? Yeah. More coffee for the nerves. But yeah, I am quite happy with how this one turned out. Again, that was just a case of extra before pouring it on Groot. It is showing pretty bright on the monitor. On that one, not so much. So I guess it depends on the lighting. I am hoping to eventually get around to getting this terrible to use, way too sticky. Okay. Yeah, a lot of actors complain about the corn syrup one with how sticky it is and whatnot. Yeah. I mean, it is a syrup, so it's like getting honey or anything stuck on you. And I can vouch for the honey because I make my own mead and brew day for making a mead. If you get honey on you, you're sticky as all hell and it starts getting everywhere. But yeah, I was hoping to start using the blood on the Freddy overhaul of the rubies. But unfortunately, when I put it on to do a test movement, the backplate fractured and absolutely went flying everywhere. But yeah, that's one of the finger stalls that are still kind of riveted together. But yeah, glove's perfectly intact. So unfortunately, it just showed the weakness of the plastic that they used for it. So, and CB Studio said that he had the same kind of issue with his overhaul that he did on one. He went to flex and it just shot everywhere. Give the corn syrup a go. May have more success. Yeah, I might. It's all about getting the ratio down pat and the consistency that you want. I mean, when I mix up the blood with the Liquitex, it's very much add the gel, add the red, get that consistency so it's flows like blood instead of just water. And then I add the couple of drops of green. Like the hockey mask. Here we go again. I need to get a longer cord for this headset. Like with this one here. You can see initially where it was a bit too thin, and I had to add some more of the gel as well as more of the red. But then, of course, this side it's a lot better. So it's a lot of back and forth with it, and yeah. And thankfully, the way it laid, it kind of adds to it as well. So those happy accidents, as Bob Ross would say. But the way it turned out on the bootleg mask, it's actually still kind of sticky due to the material. But yeah, that was just me with the gloved hand and grabbing it as kind of like Casey grabs the mask off at the start of the first movie. So, yeah. I do need to bloody up the poster knife for Spockmeyers before I run out. And no, I haven't heard from Joe in a long time. Last thing I saw was the AI short that he put up, which is no longer there. And yeah, I've got no idea what's going on. Last time I heard from him was last year, email wise. Yeah, it's a bit concerning. But he said that things were a bit rough back, I think it was September. But yeah, that's basically all I can say about that. Because he didn't delve into anything. I mean, I was having a rough time as well. Like, but yeah, so hopefully he does come back. It would be good to see him upload again and find out that he's all right. Because yeah, I don't want to press too much with email, and yeah, hopefully he's all right. So yeah. Which coffee? Yeah, unfortunately, yesterday at the Highland Games, the line for Rob the British Butcher was constantly long. So I missed out on haggis, which kind of bummed me out. I was looking for a good feed of haggis and whiskey yesterday, but yeah, the whiskey was atrociously priced. And there was someone there selling mead for like $60 a bottle, and it looked like crap. It was cloudy as hell. The light was shining through from the back of the tent, and I just saw that and said, that looks like a dog just threw up in the bottle. No way can they sell that for that much or anything like that. I've been making mead for a few years now, and you gotta let it sit and clear before you bottle it, and otherwise it's just not appealing. And it looked like orange juice that had 90% pulp to 10% juice. It was just kind of not buying that. I'll make my own, which I still need to, because I still need to break in the horn. I've had it for quite a while now, and I still haven't used it. Yeah, just never got to never tried haggis. It's a bit of a flavor hit. People think that it is only the organ meat and everything. That's a very small portion of it. Good chunk of it's like oatmeal and the different spices. So yeah, it's nice. When I actually cook it for myself, I always put it with the potatoes, the turnips, and the whiskey sauce. Beautiful. And it's only me and the dog that eat it, so I only get a little 450-gram haggis, and yeah, me and the dog eat like kings for the night. It's definitely an acquired taste, though. So have you got any Jason or anything coming up soon? Cosplay wise, or that all on the back burner at the moment? Actually. And one other thing I did use blood for. This stitching detail right here. Because they have the detail of it, but they don't actually paint it as if he's freshly sewn it to his face like in the movie. Yeah, my kids are into the horror. Yeah, my youngest, we watch one Friday movie every Friday the 13th. We just watched Friday 5 this month. So November we'll be watching part 6. He's slowly coming to the realization of why I've got different versions and the sequence of events. So yeah, it's good, and it was hilarious because every time he thought big old pair of knockers had come up on the screen, he'd be sitting there like this, like, I don't want to see the boobs. It was hilarious. We were just sitting there laughing at him. He's like, dude, it's just a pair of tits, get over it. It's making me feel old because now all of them are in high school. Well, the youngest 3 anyway. They're in high school now, and yeah, you feel the age. Like, especially when you look in the mirror and there's a lot more silver and white coming in. So yeah, oh, you've got the 75 costume going. Nice. Oh, you actually made a mask yourself. Sweet. I need to get off my ass and actually make mine. Initially, I did start sculpting my own Leatherface. It got so far, I had an absolute fit of frustration with what was happening to it and stripped the armature completely. The current sculpture I've got on the half head, I haven't touched in quite a while because, yeah, the plasticine just gets real hard with just Melbourne weather and how cold it gets here. I can just imagine what it's like for you down in Tassie. So, yeah, I've got to wait for those nice hot days. That way the hands can actually deal with the persistence of the oil-based clay without having to hit it with a hairdryer or anything just to soften it up. But yeah, I really need to finish off that and get it cast and everything, and then figure out how to paint the bastard. I haven't thought of colors or anything yet, so it's just going to be the same as painting little Spockmeyers over here. Oh, end up here. But yeah. But I do have a Spockmeyers coveralls just here. They've been weathered, they've been painted, stained, and everything to look like they've actually been used. So, and I actually did put one of the Spockmeyers name tags on for a laugh. So that way people get something of an understanding of why didn't that Michael look right. I mean, at least it's not part 5. Which I still have to do a video on that mask. It's... yeah, there's just too much negative to say about that one. I just don't want to have a video where it seems like I'm having nothing but a absolute whinge, because some aspects of it is pretty well done, and then some it's just like, how did that get past quality control, especially with the hair? And yeah, it's not good. As also similar with the vinyl Leatherface masks, the Killing Mask and the Pretty Woman. The hair is stitched in, and it's still atrocious. But yeah, and of course I've still got to catch up on a lot of videos. I've got the Texas 3D mask that I just showed. I've got the Texas Chainsaw 2 mask. I've got the 2 vinyl masks. I've got the chainsaw. I've got the 50th anniversary NECA figure. Yeah, I fell behind pretty bad. I've also got different Michael masks that I need to do videos on, like the Boogeyman just up here. I've still got to do the young Michael. I'll probably do one covering the 6 that are in there, which is the 78, the original Blood Tears, the 2018, the bloody version with the bullet hole. I call them the Joe Bidens because they kind of look like Joe Biden. And now I've pointed it out, and you're just not going to see anything but Joe Biden with the 2018 mask. The kills and the ends as well, right down the bottom. But yeah, hopefully today I can get around to doing the Ghostface mask collection video, because I need to get that done as well. Are you thinking about dropping the 800 on the Freddy mask? Yeah, tell her it's only 400. Why is the bank account so dry? No reason. No reason at all. I'll be sleeping in the kennel, but I'll be fine. Thankfully, my wife knows just how much some of this shit costs, and she's just like, so long as you can make it work and we don't get brought down, it's okay. Just, yeah. I mean, I'm looking at spending $1,000 on a proper kilt from Scotland. So, yeesh, shit you do for family. But yeah, I want to get one of Tom's silicon masks, definitely. Uh, oh yeah, definitely more lively looking than good old Joe. But yeah, because I still have this fella. I still have to get around to adding extra foam on the inside. And the dog. Husky getting into things. Will do. Oh yeah, I've got to put extra foam in so it sits around the face properly. Still got to put the sled up the back and everything, but yeah, I probably just wait until I get the V2 of that Jason. Not sure about the silicone with that one. Definitely for Freddy. Hell yeah. I don't know. The Jason just looked a little funny with the silicone, but could have just been the camera lens used. So, but yeah, I definitely want to try and save up and get the Moonstruck as well. So, I mean, I've got what, the part one, the part three, and the remake gloves. That only the NECA ones, but yeah. Speaking of, I still need to do that video for the part one glove. Yeah, it's annoying, especially with the safety pin, and yeah, NECA made some weird choices for that one. So again, it'll probably just come across as me bitching about it, even though it's the cheaper version of the glove. But yeah. So what else? Oh, I've also got to do the video for the part 4 mask. Ugh, I got so much shit to get done. But the kids have had like scheduled days off due to parent teacher meetings and teacher strikes and all that crap. So the house has just been full of people and noisy. Thankfully, my wife and daughter are out window shopping while I'm doing this. So, yeah, no random conversations in the background. But yeah, it's it's just trying to think what else I've got to get done. Hey, Matt Cave, how you going, man? Good to see you. Yeah, I thought I'd have it around some time that you typically stream, and yeah, so James Shaver from Carolina Kiwi Creation sells a great looking Part 7 Jason hood, even more accurate than Tom's. Yeah, Carolina Kiwi. I think I've heard of that one. Yeah, Tom's is pretty good with the detail, but yeah, there's definitely people that are out there really um, high detail accuracy with how they get all the screenshots and everything. But yeah. Ooh, I got a delivery. I shall be back in a second. False alarm. Wasn't for me. Oh, you're watching WWE? Yeah, I gave up on that a long time ago. But, well. Can't give up time with the kids. Have you finished the Battle Pass on 2K26 yet? What horse shit that is. Well, here's a little something that people might recognize. This is the movie version of the Apple of Eden, which I customized just by giving it some washes with black and brown shoe polish and a silver Sharpie. Now you finished season 1, at least. You still don't have everyone you want. And the Edward Kenway Assassin's Creed, well, one of. You got the little brand. Where is it? Yeah, there. Oh, if it was the one from Predator 2, that would be cool. But yeah, that's the officially licensed replica for Black Flag. And yeah, so speaking of which, I'll just bring up, where are we? Okay. One of the only images of me in my Edward Kenway. And this was, geez, how far back was that? Would have been 2017 with Assassin's Creed Origins. That's how I went to the midnight launch. And yeah, so, and of course, the most recognizable photo is what I used for my profile image with the gun and the apple. So, yeah, that was a nice little fun way of sweating to death in, yeah, it would have been October of 2017. Absolutely dying in the Aussie heat back then. And yeah, so it was fun. I think they've finally mentioned that they're remaking Black Flag, I think. But with the way Ubisoft's going, who knows? Not that it really needs a remake, they just need to get people back on their side. So that's probably why they're doing it. Yeah, I enjoyed the movie for what it was worth. The same night with the Origins launch, we had an, oh Christ, what was his name? Aguilar from the movie as well. So 2 of us were there just drowning in sweat while waiting for the game. And yeah, I got the big collector's one for PS4 with the statue and whatnot, which, yeah, it's right over there. So I'll go get it. it came with that one. And over time, the bowstring has gotten very loose and saggy. But yeah, I still have the box in the wardrobe, which would have I think there was a small art book in it. I don't know, it's been that long. But yeah. Yeah, there's tons of detail on that. Excuse me. It's good for collecting dust, that's for sure. You got to really get in there and clean it out from all the crevices. It's like sand; it gets everywhere. Yeah. Oh, and when it comes to gaming, I was hoping to start playing this on stream in the next week or two, but yeah, I need to get the HDMI splitter for the PS3, but I'll probably end up just playing this, which I also have on DuckStation, so that should be a lot easier. And I haven't played it for ages, so I was just playing around with it the other day and didn't press anything while it was on the menu, and then it went into the introduction of the story. It's like, wait, they left that as happenstance. If you just don't press anything on the menu, you find out that the whole kidnapping and everything and Ashley's being sent in. So yeah, that was a nice surprise after 26 years. And that is my original copy too. So yeah, I was hoping to play Legend of Dragoon, but yeah, until I get the splitter for the PS3 or get an HDMI adapter for the PS1, it'll just be Vagrant Story through emulation. But yeah, looking forward to doing that. Yeah, I've noticed you've really got to look into what the splitters can do, because a lot of the recent ones don't actually bypass it. So I've been looking at different videos and which ones they actually recommend to try and find on Amazon. No, it's just waiting to get the money for it, because that's at least $60 for us down here. So they love charging us because our dollar sucks and Aussie pricing sucks ass. That's my phrase. So yeah. I might eventually set up the Wii and the PS4. I can't even remember what I've got on the PS4, to be honest. Yeah, I'd have to dust it off. But I do know I have to turn off the HDR with the newer consoles. I was kind of hoping Star Fox would turn up today, but not yet. There's no updates on it since yesterday, so I look forward to playing that when it arrives. Dust off the Wii U, charge the gamepad and everything. So, but yeah. Not that I have a lot of games left for a few consoles, because yeah, it's just the easiest thing to sell when you start getting a bit downtrodden and need some help. Yeah, hooking up the old stuff, eesh, it can be a pain. I'd bring over the 4K telly because it's got pretty decent upscaling for composite and component and all that, but yeah, there's just not enough room for the bloody things. Nice, yours turned up. Sweet. Yeah. We don't have the luxury of next day for everything like you guys over there with Amazon and whatnot. Our Amazon stuff still takes a few days to a couple of weeks. But yeah. Yeah. I've got the little Elgato Neo for when I hook up the consoles. Oh, you got Revelations as well. Yeah, that's a great version. That's a good port, especially using the gamepad for the scanner, like with the 3DS. Yeah. Um, uh, I had a thought, and then it jumped out of my head. Yeah. Oh, Resident Evil. Yes, yes. Where did I put them? Here we are. As I said on one of your streams, we've got the Unicorn, Maiden, Lion, and if this comes off, come on, you stubborn mule, the detective badge. USPS here is awful. FedEx and UPS are best when I can use them. Still wait. Oh, they lost stuff on you. Damn. Yeah, I've had a couple of things go missing with Ozpost, but the issue a lot of the time is they put the wrong bloody address on it, and it goes to the next door neighbor, and they're like, "No, that's not us," and it gets sent back. But even though most shipping details are automated, printed out because it's on your account, and yeah, they still manage to fuck it up. Yeah, yeah, they're really cool. I'll pull one out. So that's the Maiden one. And on the back, it's just Resident Evil 2. That was 3,616. And they come with, if I can get it out, little stands that you just piece together like that. Oops. Yeah, they copied you as a set now. Yeah, which way is it? That way. Yeah. Finally back to playing RE4 Remake. I think I'm in chapter 9 now. So, yeah, thankfully, Ashley is nowhere near as annoying as the original, especially the voice. But she was the Navi of Resident Evil. I dread going back and playing Ocarina of Time when I get around to it. Yeah, they're metal. Not sure what they're actually cast with, but they are metal. Yeah, it just says embossed metal medallion. Yeah, but going back to RE4 Remake after Requiem, you look at Leon like, something's off. I mean, I know they did the whole thing with the brow, so he's a little more dark circled with the lighting, but yeah, he just looks off in RE4 Remake. It's, yeah. Ocarina Remake, I'll stick to, what is it, Ship of Harkinian when I replay Ocarina. I mean, I liked the 3DS port, but yeah, I only used the 3D on that for like maybe 20 minutes and said, yeah, nah, this is annoying. The new toy syndrome for that one wore off pretty quick. Some of the choices they made with Majora's Mask 3D was a bit baffling. So, yeah, I mean, having to use magic and everything for certain abilities and that with that one, that was a bit weird. But, yeah. I think my favorites are Twilight Princess HD and the upscale mods for Ship of Arkinian. Yeah, it didn't take long for me to stop using the 3D on the 3DS. I eventually sold that and just got a 2DS. Yeah, yes, please. But yeah. Oh, and I've got another video I need to get done. We got Grizlaw and Whiplash from the cartoon collection. Local stores also have the deluxe Clawful from the 2000X series cartoon collection. Not sure about that one because he is bigger than the 5.5-inch scale. But I might get him, I might not, I don't know yet. So, as you can see, the sword up here. Yeah, where's he for Momotu? Did you get through everything in, what was it, Funko Fusion for Eternia? Or are you still going to get back to that one? I'm still trying to rack up enough rewards points for a decent discount on it because it's still like $54 here in Australia. But yeah, I'm also looking forward to the Chronicles line with the movie. Oh, the Motu trailer, yeah, I loved it. I was absolutely cloud nine when I was watching that for like the 50th time. Yeah, the movie looks like it's going to be absolute perler. I still need to finish Eternia. Yeah, might have to do that for another stream. Arcade beat 'em up. Is that the same ones that did the wasn't there a 2D Terminator coming out as well? Side scroller? I think it was the same team that did RoboCop. I can't remember. I'm a little out of the loop on that one. Yeah, I had no idea about the Motu arcade beat 'em up. That sounds awesome. Oh, okay, you don't know the title. Okay. Oh, the T2 game is pretty good. Sweet. I think they also did. Was it Resistance? The Terminator game? Before they did RoboCop Rogue City? Yeah, to get back to the Motu movie trailer, you go through it and you just see all the different characters from the toy lines just thrown in there, and it's an absolute blast from the past with updated visual designs for characters, especially for Goatman and Spycore. I mean, Spycore looks awesome now. And yeah, just really looking forward to that when that releases. Yeah, it looks fun. I don't care about the whole Jared Leto crap. It's just I want to go in, have fun with my Motu. Oh, hopefully I can do opening night. I hope so. Because I don't want anything spoiled for me. I mean, I managed to get past all the Scream 7 spoilers before I finally saw it, and yeah, even just the vague references to the reveal and everything to being a letdown. Thank you. It was still a pretty big letdown, and yeah, I mean, if they keep doing Scream movies, they need to move on from Sydney. It's beyond drawn too thin. But, yeah. I mean, some of the kills were good. Characters were written pretty well. I mean, Kevin's still good writing the teenage characters. Whether it was mostly him or the second writer as well for the screenplay, I'm not sure, but they did well with the character writing. Oh hell yeah! If Motu's a success, we need the Thundercats definitely. Apparently, there's been progress with Henry Cavill's Voltron too, so good news for us 80s kids. I mean, we made it's just massive nostalgia hit for the 80s these days. Oh, you're only on to up to Scream 6 now, or because this one's the Scream 5 outfit that I really need to get off my ass and do the video on that whole costume breakdown. It's been like 3 years. I am that far behind with things. My backlog is not just for games or movies. It's content. But yeah, I'm not sure how well this is actually going to show up on the camera, but this is one of my old cosplay props for Joker. Unfortunately, the paint job has been damaged a fair bit, mainly due to just carrying it around as well as prop checks. But yeah, that was just one of these toys, and I've painted it up and everything with reference to one of Cosplay Chris's videos that he did for his Nightmare Batman back in the day. Oh yeah, so you've only seen up to 5. Yeah, 5 wasn't too bad. Chad was stabbed in the femoral artery, so he should have been dead within seconds. Yeah. Then, of course, he was Swiss cheese in 6 and still survived. They tried to replace Dewey and failed, in my eyes. Failed drastically. Especially the Core 4 crap. God, they got annoying. That is the Scream version of Evil Dies Tonight from Halloween. Yeah, I probably could paint that up like a... I'd have to do some heavy modifications to try and make it look like a Samurai Edge, but maybe. Because once you take them apart, they're a pain in the ass to put back together and have function. Because they do actually slide. And shoot fake bullets and whatnot. But yeah, I usually always just make my props inert. But I wanted to be able to cock it and everything. But and that actually went to where are we? This. And that was my debut as Joker back in 2017 at Sydney Oz Comic Con, which is also where I met Cosplay Chris in his Pirate Batman. And there I am with my stepson as Aiden Pierce. We managed to find an eBay seller that had affordable enough jacket and hat, and I believe the face mask as well. So yeah, that was always pretty fun for that. But yeah, and my Joker evolved over time. I mean, 2017 I didn't have the gun because of the shillelagh, the walking stick. I got dubbed, I believe it was an Irish mobster Joker. And yeah, so that was fun. And I even got asked to join in a Joker group as well. And I'll see if I can find that. Maybe, maybe not. I'm so organized. Where's the group photos? No, wrong folder. Sydney. So this is the group, one of the group photos that I was part of, and I believe, where are we? Yeah, we also got on the merry-go-round or carousel and just had fun doing our thing. And yeah, we were just hamming it up the whole time. And yeah, but where are we? Go back to this one. So the evolution of this Joker, which has been retired because I just can't keep up with that energy anymore. I eventually added a hat, which I believe I still have in the wardrobe somewhere. And this was, I got made the poster boy for the local paper with their first pop convention. Oh shit, that's hot. And yeah, I didn't get warned of the very bright triple flash on the paper's camera, so that's why I blinked. And this was my first convention in Melbourne. I believe it was Supernova in 2018. And just posing there with Melbourne City Batman, and it was a good fun that time. And yeah, so yeah, that was the evolution of that Joker. It was fun to do, but unfortunately, the glasses and the hat just did not agree with the makeup, no matter what I tried. And yeah, eventually it was just, yeah, I can't do it anymore. But yeah. Now, one that I really need to get back to finishing is good old Spock Myers. Now, that was back when I first got the coveralls, I believe. 4 years ago, maybe more. Yeah. Yeah, the photographers that we had in Sydney back then were really good with how they edited stuff. And oh, hey, Steve-O, welcome. New subscriber. Thank you. Yeah, with some of the photos that they did, unfortunately, because I didn't bleach the hair before dyeing it green for that convention, when they would edit it, the hair would go black, and unfortunately, just make it look like I was half-assing it. But yeah, after that one, I would bleach my hair first and then dye it green. Not that I have much to do with that now. I've got that Vegeta hairline. It's very aggressive. Yeah. But yeah, so Spock Myers. I need to get back to doing this one. And this just goes to show how different the masks can look. And yeah, so this is the Trick or Treat Studios mask. And I don't think they have the Spock anymore. I know they found the loophole for the Kirk by the re-release of the Don Post line instead of Star Trek. But yeah, I basically did what Tommy Lee Wallace did in 77, 78 when they made the film, and just opened up the eyes, took the sideburns off, and painted it. Unfortunately, it ended up not turning out great, but here are some images of what it looked like when it was in its prime. Favorite Joker? Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, yeah, we grew up with Jack and Mark as our Jokers, so that's a tough one. Because I can't remember all the voice actors that have done the character. I know some tried to imitate Mark, some did their own thing. I mean, you can't really top Cesar Romero and the fun that he had playing Joker in the 60s. Jack Nicholson was just Jack Nicholson, essentially. As an Aussie, got to kind of go with Heath, I guess, because his performance for that style of character was, hey, Ted, how are you? Good to see you, man. I mean, Leto. Do we go there? I mean, I honestly prefer him in the nightmare sequence in Zack Snyder's Justice League over Suicide Squad. But yeah, and Joaquin Phoenix didn't really play Joker. He played Arthur Fleck. It was just how can we tell a social commentary and have people see it? They just slap Joker in it. But yeah, we don't talk about Leto. Oh, doesn't give you the reach around. I've got a good friend in Sydney who does a really fantastic Suicide Squad Joker cosplay. He does really well. Puts Leto to shame, honestly. So, but yeah. Yeah, here's some lighting effect on the Spock mask. There's back for that one. It's just me creeping under the grapefruit tree in the backyard just to try and get a sense of how it would look. And unfortunately, when I started to do the weathering on it, it cracked. Ruined Tron. I haven't seen any of the Tron films, so yeah, I may be 42, but I haven't seen all the old stuff. Hey, Steve-O. And yeah, so I ended up having to strip the paint job from that mask. And yeah, so which was a shame. And it's over actually right there in the background. It's I mean, I'm gonna have to do Ted's trick and get some wireless earphones. But yeah, here is the mask at the moment. I've still got to strip some of the old paint off and then give it a clean and then paint it up again. This one I may actually just do a new flesh tone underneath and then do a dodgy effect with the white so it looks like it's more Halloween 2 and dingy. But yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. I try. You fail once and then you try again, and yeah, no, my luck, it'll be like 5 tries before I nail it down. Because painting latex is a pain in the ass, especially getting the ratios right with the latex and the paint, and yeah, it's also a good collection of throwaway brushes. So, but yeah. But of course, I've got the most recent one I've done is this one. Which comes like this stock. So it just goes to show the potential that they have. And yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Stuff I do to keep busy. And of course I've got my little friend just here. Yeah. Oh, what have I gone for over an hour? Wow. Shit, eh? Here I was all nervous. Oh, still nervous, but yeah, the multitude of coffee doesn't really help. Yeah, I think they decided to do that with the Ghostface mask after people were doing the modifications to the mask itself beforehand, and they just realized, hey, people want it, so we might as well sell one. So it's a good blank canvas, but once you start working on a Ghostface mask, you see how over the place it is asymmetrically, it is a nightmare, especially sanding and then trying to line up the chevrons. Like one part of the mouth is out further, one eye's higher and a different size. It's. Eesh. You think Joel's going as art this year? Nice. Nice. Yeah, I was thinking of getting an art costume and yeah, I don't know. Terrifier is kind of worn off on me. I don't really go back to it as much as I do with some films. Well, most modern films these days, I barely rewatch. I think I. Jeez. Yeah, I always go back to the older films. But yeah. I guess it's just part of getting old. The writing changes and it just doesn't click anymore. So it gets easier as you go. Well, I did say that I was hoping to have a drink for this one, but I kind of drank it all. And I got a few of these yesterday from the Celtic Festival. And yeah, they kind of helped get past the sunburn yesterday afternoon. Oh, thanks, Steve. Trust me, I was shitting bricks all morning. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know when or how often I'll stream. I'll try and do this maybe weekly or fortnightly, and then maybe just do monthly catch up kind of thing. I have no idea yet, so yeah. So I'll just figuring everything out as I go, I think. So yeah. What are we? 1:30. Yeah, starting to get a little hungry, so I might end up calling it. And yeah, I mean, I didn't expect to go as long as I have, which is a surprise because yeah, the jitters are there. But yeah, I'll hop off this and settle down, and then get the Ghostface mask collection video done at some point today or tomorrow. So yeah. You hate the thumbnails? Yeah, I hate doing them. Yeah. Pushing the button and going live is the hardest. Yeah, for me, it definitely was. Yeah. It's like when I go back and watch my early videos and I'm like, what the hell, man? It's like, thankfully, I've gotten a better understanding of basic editing and stuff like that. And yeah, it's like, I mean, originally I was relying on Clipchamp, but I use the DaVinci Resolve now, so gets a little easier over time, and then you have to use one of the other, go back to Clipchamp for a couple of things, and for some reason, DaVinci Resolve didn't have a transition that I would used to use on Clipchamp, and it's like, okay. Enjoy the rest of the day, mate. We got kids home from school. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Only another couple of hours before mine start heading home from school, so I'll try and relax for that. Probably play some Resident Evil. So, are you glad I went for it? Man, it took some courage, that's for sure. I'm an introvert by nature, so this is like being held hostage. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming along and having a chat. And yeah, I'll try and figure out a schedule and post on the community tab as well. So Yeah. Thanks for coming along, guys, and cheers.